Looks like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Alright, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Running your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. Alone in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you mean. Why you chase the crust and I take the lead? Living rent-free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on your name. Man, I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no insight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm holding your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm the VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right. Spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Shizzy Daddy, owning your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
Just can get their juices flowing. Hey, well,
hey everybody, how's everybody doing?
Oh my God! Yes, Max Lab, another crazy document today. Yes, actually, two crazy documents. Like, there's been just tons of filings and pleadings, everything coming in. It's just like left and right and just center and all over the place. Thank you, Max. I appreciate you for sending that over and. And I already knew what was coming on. Yes, I was paying attention today. Oh my God, it is insane. So yeah, it looks like she's possibly going to be without a lawyer here pretty soon, on any case whatsoever.
Sounds like maybe so. Real quick, I just have to say to my Welsh lady reads. Oh, my red dragon lady. Hey, you. I don't know what it is. She just loves that voice. Vera DeMilo does it for her.
I guess so. Doug and Megan Raid. Awesome. Yes, Welsh lady Reed. She's an absolute sweetheart. Here's your host, Shizzywhiznut. Hit that. Good job. That's right. You always have to remember there's that.
Sounds like the old pole dancing turtle lady might be Going a little pro se here, potentially.
Well, we do like the pro se clients. They
Wait
tend to
and see
be
what
quite.
the court says, but
Yeah, pain blows chunks. Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. Well, at least it doesn't blow bubbles.
I fell off my pole. I didn't fall off my pole. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud? My corn shucker don't work no more. All them turtles crawled inside, the shells all gummed it all up. It ain't shucking no more.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, did you see
was that out of line?
Did you see the new video I released today?
What, you doing your the story?
Oh, it hasn't dropped yet. That's why.
Oh.
Oh, you have to be a member
Dude,
to
this
see
isn't
him.
OnlyFans. Remember that, right? This isn't the OnlyFans one.
Oh, this isn't OnlyFans?
No.
Damn it.
No, you can't do that one.
I can't do that one here?
No.
Oh.
They take a dim view of that.
Damn it. No, I dropped a withdrawal notice today, which is really cool. And then I also dropped another one, which is PR Spin Money's Running Thin. That one's off the Green Tracks album, and that'll be dropping almost right after we finish tonight. That one will be dropping, and then I also dropped Cease and Desist. That one's going to be Cease and Resist. Sorry, Cease and Resist. That one I finished up today, but that one will be dropping at 7:00 in the morning. So that's it's good. It's really good. I'm liking the music. BBB, the lawyer that makes going pro se a great option. That's so true, Patrick W. It really is. I mean, yeah, both of those are all. But let's see, when's this one scheduled for? It says it's scheduled. Yeah, one's supposed to drop at 1 a.m. and then the other one drops at 7 a.m. I think I'll change the scheduling on that one. I'll make it drop like at midnight or 12:15. How's that? Yeah, there we go. 12:15. There we go. I changed the schedule on it. Close.
There you go.
Yeah, that'll drop like almost right after we finish up. So if we're still here, I may pull that one up for everybody. But that one's pretty good. I think I played the music for it last night, but I don't think I played the whole video for it. But I can never remember. I can't remember what I do anymore.
I know.
So we've got the extortion claims have already been dismissed, blah, 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 because the allegations are based on non-actionable statements. Yes. He has no evidence of any actions. And see, this has already been pled. All this stuff that he's complaining about right here have already been pled, except this crap right here. There's no evidence of publication of handwritten signs other than plaintiff himself. That's not true.
What?
That's not true. He's saying there's no evidence of publication of handwritten signs other than plaintiff himself publishing them on YouTube. That's not true. That's a lie. Those were posted up on Facebook. But of course, if you paid any attention, you would know that. Yes, and there were online posts calling him a child. Yeah, that was posted online, and it was also put about inside the deposition of the person that he's bitching and moaning about having access to it. Shara even had said that stuff was posted up there. She claimed, I believe that's right. I mean, there's discovery isn't even done yet. No. So all the stuff that he's complaining about right here, especially two of the witnesses who discovered the signs, who collected the signs, literally ran away to avoid service of a subpoena. That's not true either. The plaintiff admitted of his deposition that none of the three believed the signs rebutted any damage for per se defamation. What? That doesn't matter. No other statements attributed to the defense are remotely actionable by a public figure. Notably, two of the signed witnesses, Stephen and Therese Granger, recently sued Preston in state court, which has nothing to do with this case whatsoever. So why is he bringing that up?
Okay, so a person sitting on the outside, looking at this from an objective point of view.
Right.
Noting the previous court's order in just paraphrasing because I don't have it in front of me. Explain to me why you should not be sanctioned. So now tell me, as an objective person, anywhere in this babbling bullshit that is stated, why he should not be sanctioned.
Oh, there is no reason. He says right here, the undersigned's reason for not appearing or not an excuse for disobeying the court's order was and right there. That's it.
Oh, okay. So that tells me why you should be sanctioned.
Yes.
So you're all for being sanctioned then. Bubbles, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
You are a babbling bullshit artist and a fucking moron. Plain and fucking simple. Yep, you are your own worst goddamn enemy.
He says, no question. He says, there is no question the court should sanction the undersigned for not appearing on April 3rd. That's it. And that's all he should have. That's all he should have filed. One page. That's it. Anything other than that
is nothing. It might as well just be blank. That's it.
Exactly.
Might as well just be blank. Because all that other shit doesn't mean a fucking thing.
No, it doesn't. And all it is he's trying to litigate this in the court of public opinion.
Again, because this is the second time. This is exactly what we were saying the other day.
Yeah.
Where that previous motion that he put in there was going to be pretty much a cut and paste, only expounded a little bit more.
I called it. I said, I guarantee you.
But the same bullshit,
guarantee you, there will be nothing in here, absolutely nothing in here that that he can say to change the judge's mind.
Yeah.
And that's why he filed this, because he knows there's nothing he can do to change a judge's mind whatsoever. It's all a delay tactic.
Well, and then try to use this as a reason for, see, this is why we need to have this judge removed because he's biased and blah, 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 blah. Motherfucker, he has given you more than enough slack.
Yeah.
And all you've done is just wrapped it tighter and tighter around your own fucking neck.
Bubbles, just buffoons with bullshit. Thank you so much, Carl Stars. You've been a member for a year. That is an achievement.
Welcome, everybody. Hello.
So much. No, I mean, and it's very true because I mean, you look at his conclusion here. I mean, and that really boils it down. His conclusion boils it down here. The underside's pro bono representation of indigent, involuntary. That's what a litigant is involuntary. But they volunteered for it whenever they wouldn't. What was it? Shut the fuck up.
Yep.
That right there.
They had the opportunity. They put themselves, and this goes back to what I've said over and over and over again. They keep wanting to spread all this bullshit around and cover up the foundation of this whole thing. And what? You know what's made my granny want to take? Oh my god!
You deserve a star for that. Thank you, Nana Misty. Whippersnapper's voice just makes this granny want to take out her dentures. I love it. I love it. That's
that
awesome.
Totally threw me off. It just fell right out the other side of my head. What the fuck was I saying? Now I'm picturing dentures, glass on the side of a bedside table. You know, moo-moo coming off in the corner. Anyway, oh yeah, so all this babbling bullshit and why things are where they are is because of Lynette Preston and John Cook.
Yes. They're not involuntary litigants.
So, anyway.
They went after John Cook. The chat's stirring you up now.
I know. I'm definitely going to have to read this one again later. That's why I love this stuff. I like I said before, I love going back when all this is through processing and everything and reading back through chat because you guys just crack me up. You guys are so funny. Because I miss it, half of it, you know.
Oh yeah, I miss half of it too
Yeah.
because I'm looking at the
Because
documents,
we're,
having a
making
discussion.
googly eyes at each other. Well, you're kind of making. Well, I've got the one eye. Well, you're pretty much just staring at my Cyclops, and then reading the stories.
Oh my God! Yes, that is so true. I love it. I love it. Hello, early Tug and Megan Raiders. That's awesome. So
I call it
it
my
says.
stink eye.
So here's his conclusion. This has been the strategy design of the plaintiff. You know what? You should just read this. You should just read this in your Bubbles voice.
Which part?
The conclusion.
Oh, just okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Is Megan in here? Megan, don't be choking again. We ran into that problem the other night. Stop choking yourself in bed. Conclusion. The undersigned's pro bono representation of indigent, involuntary litigants being aggressively sued by the plaintiff on contrived claims, another fucking witch hunt, has taken a tremendous toll on the undersigned's family, time, law practice, and income.
Oh.
This has been the strategy and design of the plaintiff and his counsel, one using YouTube to harass and stalk the undersigned and his family. I love it when he chases me around the playground. The other strategy using this litigation by multiplying proceedings and consuming as much of his time as possible. I've got stamina to burn. Defendants Preston and Cook, the undersigned and his family, are held hostage. Oh, stop tying my hands, please, to this lawsuit. For as long as the plaintiff and his counsel can purposely exploit it to harass and vex them. Vex me vigorously. For YouTube content. In determining the sanctions to be imposed, they hope the court will consider the information and exhibits in this response showing that this litigation has been abused by the plaintiff and his counsel. No, all those leather whips and chains. Oh, the rack. Oh, the rack. I long for the rack again. At the expense of the defendants, the undersigned, and the court, to generate YouTube content for entertainment and the plaintiff's profits. Defendant. Oh, wait a minute. Is it? What is it? Oh, yes. Defendants Preston and Cook by Bruce Matzkin. Escuela.
Listen to this part. Listen to taking it to the next level. Oh my God. Taking it to the next level, they tried to add the undersigned as a defendant to the present case. And when that was denied, they named the undersigned as a defendant in their second lawsuit recently filed. In filing that action, Attorney Shockett doxed the undersigned and 9 co-defendants' home addresses on the public docket. Leading to it being shared on Facebook is what led to the undersigned scumbag email used in number 96 to inflame the court. See Exhibit 10. This one comment under the post about the defendants whose address was doxed was she needs to eat a bull. Who would do that? One comment under the post. What post?
I'm not responsible for any accidents, okay? I've warned everybody repeatedly. Make sure you got a fresh pair of Depends, some extra towels. Don't be choking yourselves in bed. All right. I wash my hands of it all.
Oh my God. This is ridiculous, and you have to understand that those addresses come out in public filings. That it's unavoidable. Whenever you're petitioning the court for these things, those things come out into court. I don't recommend going after anybody that's in this case whatsoever. But that's part of court filings. That's how those court filings happen. Oh my gosh. Okay. It took care of business. Can pro bono or on contingency be interchanged? No. No. No, those cannot be interchanged. Pro bono means that you are doing this free of charge. You are not charging them. You will never charge them a single penny ever. You're doing it because you feel compelled as an attorney or to take that place in. Under contingency means that you've signed a contract, and in doing so, that means that you're required under that contract to perform certain duties. Okay? If you don't perform those duties, then you can be held liable or sued by your client. And it would also be considered malpractice. Pro bono, under contingency, two separate things. So yeah, they're not interchangeable at all. So however they want to try to spin this, that's the way that it goes. And then of course it says, I hereby certify on April 9th, 2025, a copy of the foregoing was emailed to counsel of record for the plaintiff. Oh, but he didn't stop there, and neither shall we, because I just, I can't resist it ever. It just has to happen.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
So picking up where we left off the other night, this is part 2.
Very well. Let's see. Where did it was?
Just right there.
You were right. Oh, you cried to the court about needing security. Bullshit. Sure needs security from the ecosystem you helped create. Because after crying about danger, after wailing about safety, after conjuring up your invisible security force, you pivoted into the most laughable justification of them all: financial ruin. Let's go there next. And of course, because, Bruce, everything is someone else's fault. Matzkin never met a self-serving narrative he couldn't weaponize. You just had to go there. Financial hardship, destitution, crippling costs. Oh, Bruce, come on. You absolute grease fire of a fucking lawyer. And I use that term loosely. You, a man who raised, and what is it now, somewhere between north of $40,000, maybe $50,000 by now, on GoFundMe, PayPal, Cash App, and every other online tin cup available, want to stand in front of a federal judge and cry broke. You, the same Bruce Matzkin who spent months being personally promoted by the very Anti-WHAT THE HALE's creators who weaponize their YouTube grift factories to funnel donation money to you and your clients like a busted sewage line. It takes the path of least resistance,
Yes, it just goes everywhere, all over.
Let me refresh everyone's memory, since you seem to think the court is too stupid to notice. You raised thousands in legal defense funds off the backs of lies, exaggerations, and harassment campaigns. You raised money while your ecosystem ran live stream after live stream titled, "Save the Neighbors," or "Evil YouTuber Harassing the Poor Family," all while carefully avoiding disclosing that so-called poor family was being represented by a man who can't stop acting like the dollar signs in his eyes are going to blind him. You raked in donations while your defendants, John Cook and Michelle Preston, sat in live streams, grinning like they'd just hit the Powerball. You collected money from people who genuinely believed you were the last line of defense against some cartoon villain, all while hiding the fact that this entire spectacle was a business model. Your business model. Let's be clear. You didn't just raise enough to cover travel. You raised enough for travel, lodging, steak dinners, and a round of drinks for your whole courtroom entourage. And apparently now there's something about some cruise boat or something people have been saying. Interesting.
Yeah. Wonder, interesting how that works.
Yeah. New phones, new computers. Huh.
So
Hell.
weird how that works.
Yeah. Hell, you could have booked first class to Pensacola, stayed oceanfront, and still had enough left over to buy another pair of oversized clown shoes for your next hearing. Ear. And a nice big new red bulbous nose. And a little flower that'll squirt in your face. But is it really a flower?
Is that really a flower? Did it really squirt in my face or did it squirt in my mouth?
But now you want the court to believe that that hopping a discount flight from Boston to Florida would have financially crippled you. No, Bruce. The only thing that's financially crippling here is your credibility. Your GoFundMe wasn't about survival. It was about grifting. It was about monetizing conflict. Fucking men. You are the fuckers that you bitch about.
They are.
It was about using the federal court docket like a slot machine. Pull the lever, crank out the next filing laced with YouTube buzzwords. Sit back and watch the PayPal notifications roll in. And let's talk about how honest you've been with your donors. Oh, wait. You haven't. Have you disclosed that much of this money hasn't gone to court filing fees or emergency legal expenses, but to filing bloated grandstanding motions loaded with internet gossip, personal attacks, and things that have nothing to do with the case at hand? And I wonder if those fucktards over there have even brought up or discussed the fact that he's taken off before when the going got tough and ran to Armenia. I'm sure they probably haven't.
No, they would never talk about that.
Yeah, all that faith and backing of a fucking pussy.
Oh, yes.
You could have got it cheaper on a street corner. There's all kinds of cheaper pussy out there.
Oh, yeah, I guarantee you.
Did your donors know you were spending their money on motions so irrelevant and unprofessional the court had to threaten sanctions twice before you got the hint? Did they know you'd be spending their money not on trial preparation, but on preparation H? But that you too ready temper tantrums complaining about your polyflops prolapsing again, YouTube content mills, and your latest imaginary victimization? Of course they didn't. Because just like everything else about your defense, the financial hardship claim, it's a farce. In other words, another lie.
Oh, yes.
You've built an entire ecosystem where litigation is content, court orders are obstacles to spin, and every hearing is just another opportunity to shake that digital cup for spare change.
Might want to just shake that digital ass for spare change. Just saying.
Work that pull. Throw me on your ones. And then, after gorging yourself on donation money like a starving raccoon, you have the nerve to crawl into federal court and claim property like a broke dick turtle. It's embarrassing. It's pathetic. It's fraud adjacent. Oh, I'd say it's right on the mark. And if there's any justice left in that courtroom, the court is going to look at your bank statements, look at your filings, look at your donation campaigns, and hand you exactly what you've earned. Hopefully, first and foremost, some frozen bank accounts, but a financial reality check that comes in the form of cold hard sanctions. But you weren't finished humiliating yourself, were you? Because after crying broke in the middle of a self-funded carnival of grift, you still had the audacity to try and spin your online harassment of the plaintiff as his fault. You want to talk about harassment? Well, let's talk about what you and your Anti-WHAT THE HALE's cronies have really been doing. Let's talk about your sick little propaganda machine, shall we? All right, strap in, fucktards, because I'm going to let you know. Let's talk about the vile grift factory you've been running out of the back of this courtroom. And now we arrive at the beating heart of your little operation, Bubbles. The thing you try to pretend doesn't exist while benefiting from it every single day. The Anti-WHAT THE HALE's harassment machine. This isn't a courtroom strategy. This isn't law. This is a cotton industry of hate, or cottage industry of hate. Cotton. Well, somebody got to pick the cotton. Oh, I
got to pick cotton somehow. Leave me alone.
This is what you built. This is what you're tied to, whether you want to admit it in court or not. You want to cry about harassment, about being victimized. Let's take a little walk down memory lane, shall we? Straight through your own filings, where it's spelled out in black and white that your clients, their supporters, and the YouTube bottom feeders orbiting them have done everything in their power to destroy Jeremy Hale's life for money. And from your own words. Let's not forget, you admitted in filings that Michelle Preston sought to fundraise directly off of Hale's audience at the $500,000 to Grill event. She wanted to set up a donation box and pitch herself right in front of the very community she was allegedly... No, wait a minute. She was allegedly being stalked. Grifting right in front of public view. This entire case has been monetized like a true crime Netflix documentary. We have evidence of repeated fundraising efforts. Preston, Cook, and yes, you, putting out the call for donations from an audience spoon-fed narrative of victimhood. GoFundMe pages, PayPal links, Cash apps, all lined up like slot machines waiting to pay out. Your ecosystem doesn't produce truth. It produces incontinence, bullshit, and manufactured victimhood is the product. False narratives are the marketing, and harassment is the method. And what's truly sick? You're not even subtle about it. Oh no, you and your clients have been caught bragging about your intentions, turning litigation into live stream theater, turning restraining orders into donation drives, turning family court proceedings into 7-part YouTube miniseries episodes. Let's be crystal clear. This isn't about justice. This isn't about your clients' rights, because you've stated you don't even give a fuck about your clients.
No.
This isn't about safety, dignity, or respect. It's about money. It's about views. It's about content. That's why, despite your crocodile tears in front of the court about how this litigation is destroying your life, you haven't missed a beat producing it for the Anti-WHAT THE HALE's echo chamber. That's why Preston and Cook have been featured in video after video, appearing like D-list celebrities at a car wreck, waving to the same online audience they claim is destroying them. That's why Lisa Weeks, part-time professional troll and full-time embarrassment, has been caught working the background like she's running the world's saddest PR campaign, or as a fluffer, who knows. That's why Patty Plummer has been all over social media, spewing whatever lies will juice the next super chat haul. This is why you haven't chosen to be part. Wait a minute. This is why you have chosen to be part of. Jesus. This is what you have chosen to be part of, Bubbles. Jesus. This is your ecosystem. Oh, yes, it is. And after spending months sitting on top of that garbage heap, cheering it on, feeding it, enabling it, you have the gall to act shocked when the court starts to treat you like what you've become. A grifter in a cheap suit, an internet lawyer who forgot that this isn't Reddit, You don't get to scream about harassment when the very business model of your case is harassment for profit. You don't get to complain about YouTube coverage when you've benefited from every single view it generates. And you sure as hell don't get to cry poor when you rake in donation money from gullible viewers being spoon-fed lies by people who wouldn't know the truth if it jumped up and dick-slapped them in the face, or if it walked up and served them a summons. Oh, good lordy, it's a process server! And then weeble-wobble your ass to hide in a garage. You helped create this circus, Bubbles. Now the tent is collapsing right on top of your little fucking clown head. But we're not done. Oh no. Because after all of this, the grifting, the harassment, the weaponized litigation, you still had one more insult to throw at the court. This was somehow all Jeremy Hale's fault. That he was the real villain. That he was the monster stalking you. Oh, we need to talk about that next. Let's dissect your delusion, shall we? Now, that's a lot of acid to get through. Bruce? Because this is where your shameless moves from laughable to revolting. After everything, after the harassment, the defamation, the threats, the stalking, the donor list demands, the online smear campaigns, the fake bidders, the false reports, the polyflopping prolapse, the fundraising scams. You had the audacity to turn to this court and tell them that you, the architect of this sideshow, are the real victim. And Jeremy Hales is to blame for the toxic wasteland your Anti-WHAT THE HALE's ecosystem created. Let's get something clear enough to carve into the walls of this little nut house for the courthouse. This entire harassment campaign has come from you, your clients, and the low-rent goon squad you've aligned yourself with, not from the plaintiff. Let's just look at the receipts. Your own filings and depositions are crawling with them. Your client, Michelle Preston? She wasn't content. Content. Wrong. She wasn't content with stalking Hales and his fiancée. Behavior so egregious that it earned a renewable 2-year protection order out of the Ohio for stalking. No, she went further. She demanded Hales turn over a list of his donors, the people who financially support his online content, during her deposition, screaming for it like she thought federal court was a reality show audition, or that she was back on stage, working the pole and screaming for those extra dollar bills, y'all.
Dollar bills, dollar bills.
Your other client, John Cook, his harassment wasn't limited to trespass and stalking. No. He's been caught encouraging the worst kinds of defamatory filth, public threats, false accusations, offering to post obscene photos involving Hale's fiancée on social media. Signs are placed in the plaintiff's town accusing him falsely of being an Ohio rapist who assaulted a child. You sat on that. You let that happen. And you still want to pretend you'll represent the defenseless. You accused Hales of being a public menace, while your clients were literally orchestrating attacks on his online auctions by sending in fake bidders to inflate prices and then refuse to pay. This isn't speculation. This isn't some foggy allegation. This is on record. This is in the filings. This is who your clients are. And let's not forget what this whole case really is at its core. An extortion attempt dressed up like a lawsuit. Hales wasn't being sued for harming your clients. He was being targeted because he refused to give them what they wanted. Money, gifts, promotion, access to his platform. Your own filings admit this was the catalyst for their warpath. And when that didn't work, when he wouldn't play ball, when he wouldn't bow down to the Otter Creek grift cartel, they and you turned to the next best thing: harassment, litigation abuse, false narratives spun like sugar in the Anti-WHAT THE HALE's content mill. You turned every court hearing into a fundraiser. You turned every filing into a live stream talking point. You turned every order into a piece of merchandise for your YouTube-infested side hustle. And through it all, while signs went up accusing the plaintiff of unspeakable crimes, while your clients made demands for donor lists like wannabe mob bosses, while auctions were sabotaged, while private businesses were harassed, you have the staggering, almost Olympian-level gall to stand in front of this court and say, "He's harassing me." That's not just projection. That's not just deflection. That is textbook abuser behavior. And it's time the court saw it for exactly what it is. You, Bruce, are not a victim. You are a willing participant in one of the most disgraceful displays of litigation abuse and harassment for profit schemes this court has likely ever seen. Oh, I'm sure you will be going down in American jurisprudence history at some point. And after everything...
He wanted to make a name for himself.
Oh, he did. However, there's a big difference between being famous and infamous. Infamous is not really where you want to be.
No.
Because the next step in that little parade in law school is, don't be a Bruce, don't pull a Matzkin. And after everything, after all the damage, after all the lies, after all the harassment and humiliation your clients have inflicted, you still had the nerve to act like this was some noble crusade to defend the powerless. No, Brucey.
No.
This was, and always has been, about power, about control, about revenge, about making the plaintiff bleed financially because he wouldn't submit to your client's extortionate demands. Excuse me.
No, that's fine.
This is what happens when a group of losers on the internet mistake defamation for content creation, and stalking for free speech. This is what happens when a lawyer forgets that courtrooms are not comment sections. And this is what happens when you, Brucey, try to blame. Oh,
I am branding the plaintiff.
We're going to Maximura. You try to blame plaintiff. No,
we're going to crash you.
Try to blame the plaintiff for the monster you unleashed. But don't worry, we're not done yet.
Yeah.
Because after all of this, after all the lies, the grift, the harassment, and the abuse, you still had the nerve to tell the court that this whole debacle should just go away quietly. That your withdrawal as counsel should be delayed because, oh, looky, now you want to file a summary judgment motion. You want to bow out gracefully, like the man in the burning building who thinks he deserves a round of applause on the way out while leaving his hooker behind. Brucey, let's stop pretending you're a victim here. You're not some confused young attorney in over your head. You're not a rookie who stumbled into the big leagues by accident. You're not some doe-eyed counselor learning the ropes of federal court.
Or the pole.
Or the pole. Or let's not even pretend that this is your first time in a S&M dungeon. You've been a licensed attorney for decades. Decades of knowing better. Decades of swearing oaths that you've shit all over. Decades of practicing law that you've yet again shit all over. And this is what you've become. A whimpering, desperate shell of a lawyer, begging the court, after months of procedural vandalism, to please let me stay just a little longer. So you can file one last motion before you slink away into disgrace. Like you have before, you fucking pussy. Pathetic doesn't even begin to cover it, you fucking pussy. You want to postpone your withdrawal so you can file a summary judgment motion after spending months treating this court like it was your personal YouTube stage. After refusing to comply with court orders, postponing depositions on a whim, leaving opposing counsel scrambling while you played with your little monkey or your little power games of, I might show up, I might not. Like some weird game of hide and seek with your little Thord. Or some washed-up high school theater kid who never got over missing the lead role.
Oh.
Let's remind the court of exactly who you are, Brucey. This is the same man who terminated depositions on the fly, then whined in the court that he wouldn't be available for the date he had scheduled. This is the same man who told the court, on the record, that this case should be dismissed because it was contrived and frivolous.
So frivolous.
It's so frivolous.
It's voguing me out.
Yes. Just over the top. That's mascara even I wouldn't wear.
Well, I'd wear it up a belly button.
All while your clients were caught on video harassing the plaintiff, interfering with his business, posting defamatory signs accusing him of unthinkable crimes, and trying to extort from him $65,000 just to go away. Contrived? Oh, Brucey. The only thing contrived here is your career at this point. You don't deserve to bow out gracefully. You deserve to be shown the door, slammed shut behind you with the full weight of the court's sanctions. And let's talk about that withdrawal you're so desperate to delay. You say you want to stay long enough to file a summary judgment motion, as if that would somehow cleanse your record or justify your behavior.
No.
As if one more bloated, sarcasm-laden motion, drafted not for the court, but for YouTube grifters sitting in your audience, would suddenly rewrite history. But what history do you think you're leaving behind, Brucey? A legacy of professionalism? A reputation for sharp litigation skills? Fuck no, hardly. Your legacy, the one that's being cemented into the federal court record as we speak, is that of a bomb. Wait a minute. Is that of a bomb-throwing carnival barker who mistook a federal courtroom for a comment section? You're the lawyer who thought filing documents stuffed with conspiracy theories, defamation buzzwords, and social media paranoia was clever. You're the lawyer who thought demanding the plaintiff's donor list was good faith litigation. 42-1.
42-1.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were doing some fucked up score here. Yeah.
Yeah.
42-1. You've lost 42 times. You're the lawyer who thought skipping hearings.
42 inches to his one.
Yeah, you're the lawyer who thought skipping hearings could be excused by crying about YouTubers filming the courthouse like it's a true crime documentary. You're the lawyer who forgot what the practice of law even was. And now, after all that, after torching your own reputation, after humiliating yourself in front of this court, after aligning with the most vile, disgusting corner of the Anti-WHAT THE HALE's ecosystem that you created, you think you should be allowed to stay and file one more motion?
No.
Oh, Bubbles. Fuck no. You don't get a victory lap, you fucktard. You don't get an encore, you mental midget. You don't get to control the narrative anymore. You earned your exit the moment you opened your cockwasher and chose to grift over ethics, or scratched your booger hooks across the keyboards and started humping everybody's leg, or harassing women, or calling people's employers. YouTube over professionalism and harassment over the law. But don't worry, we're not finished yet. Because next, we're going to drag into the light your final, most insulting lie of all, that this case was contrived. That this entire lawsuit is somehow a big bad conspiracy dreamed up by the plaintiff to hurt you. Oh no, Bubbles. This case wasn't contrived. You were. And now And now we reach the ugliest, most laughable, insulting part of this entire dumpster fire. The part where Brucey, polyflop, I've prolapsed again, Matzkins, stares the court dead in the eye and says this case, this multi-volume disaster of harassment, stalking, defamation, and extortion was contrived by the plaintiff. Contrived. Oh, Brucey, you fucking liar. You crusty, washed-up, self-owning legal clown. Contrived. This from the same man who sat silent while his client, Michelle Preston, put in writing that she wanted $65,000 from Hales to go away. A demand the court itself didn't even hesitate to describe as extortionate conduct by the non-lawyers trying to shake down a public figure. This from the same man who agreed his clients planted signs accusing Hales of being a grapist, with zero evidence, just to drum up public hate. This from the same man who watched as Hales' online auctions were deliberately sabotaged with fake bidders, sent in to inflate prices, and refused to pay, literally interfering with his business and income streams, which, correct me if I'm wrong, would also constitute fraud. And or theft.
Yeah.
But then, I guess that would be up to a prosecutor. Contrived? Buddy, this case was not contrived. You were. Your entire strategy, even if it deserves that word, has been a grotesque performance art piece in how not to practice law or conduct yourself as a Picasso poo painter on a rubber room wall.
Well, hey, everybody needs a rubber room. Might as well have one for Bubbles. Doesn't stop the plane from flying to Armenia.
The judge has already laid bare your antics, noting in official filings that you and your clients have spent months misusing the discovery process, filing motions loaded with irrelevant garbage designed to waste time, abuse process, and feed the vile content machine of the Anti-WHAT THE HALE's YouTuber sewer network. That's quite the log. Let's not forget your grandstanding and depositions, terminating them midstream because you didn't like the answers, refusing to comply with scheduling orders, and generally behaving like a toddler on a sugar crash. Even your absurd attempt to avoid in-person hearings was called out by the court as meritless and sanctionable conduct. And you still had the gall, the unmitigated hubris, to tell this court you needed more time because you wanted to file a summary judgment motion after treating the court time like toilet paper. Brucey, you've been practicing law for decades. It doesn't show, but apparently decades. And this fucking carnival's sideshow is your magnum opus? A legacy of hissy fits, lies, harassment, and YouTube clickbait. This is what you've become. You are infamous. This is what you will be remembered for. You are infamous. Not as a clever attorney, not as a defender of the voiceless, but as an infamous, washed out, self-owning, walking malpractice exhibiting piece of shit. A man who mistook Twitter likes and YouTube views for legal authority. You created this monster, and then you want to sit there and cry when it turns around and bites you in the dick. You fed it. You lived inside it. Oh,
His dick.
he lived inside it, all right. He was all balls deep up in that ass.
Oh, yeah.
And now you're choking on the very filth you shoveled. You don't deserve a graceful exit.
No.
You deserve every single sanction this court drops on your head with interest, and I'm personally believing that Bubba's been alone for a very long time and deserves a new boyfriend. And when the final order comes down and your name is forever etched into the records of legal humiliation,
He can clean out the guy's belly button while he's taking care of business.
there won't be a single person outside your tiny echo chamber of grifters who will mourn your fall. No, as a matter of fact, they're going to dogpile on and fuck you dry. Because you earned every minute of it and every inch of it. Yours in documented, undisputed, fully litigated mockery, Shizzywhiznut. internet trash collector, courtroom archivist, velcro shoe connoisseur, legal dumpster diver for hire, and still your fucking daddy.
Oh, I just love every minute of it.
Yeah.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
My helmet's stuck. It won't come off my head.
You know, I've had some people that, you know, I've seen in the comments where some people have said, oh, Yamaha should help you write this. No, I like it this way better. Because, see, I do these as cold reads, right? So Shizzy goes through and does his thing. And then because the ad-libs that appear in the massive expanse of the empty spaces between my ears is but momentary. So I have to say it. Because then it just falls out the other side. I don't write this shit down. I just say it as it appears to me.
It does.
So it comes out so much better. And I'm glad he doesn't send it to me ahead of time either.
No, I wouldn't.
I think it just I think it's just so much better.
It flows so much better. It does. Yeah, it flows so much better. It's like butter. It's like butter on a
it makes it so much more enjoyable.
Emma Washington says early tug raid. Thank you, Emma Washington.
Well, welcome Tug Raiders. Welcome Tug Raiders.
Oh yeah,
and everybody else
Tug Raiders
who's been here all along.
Oh, and just think, there is another letter coming tonight. Please keep
that's
right.
Yeah, you did say letters. That's right. Yeah.
Yes, to the lawyer.
I do like reading those letters. It's fun.
Ambulance chaser. Now I will tell you guys that the next one is much shorter, much shorter. But you'll have to wait. You'll have to wait. Yes, I can write a short letter. That one, there was so much to unpack, though, that I just it just kept going. I was like, there's so much here to unpack. It's like just like his nose. There's so much to unpack. So he did file another filing today. Yet again, the same thing that he's filed before. A motion for attorney's fees under 26 U.S.C. 1927. Defendants move for an order that the plaintiff's counsel pay the defendants reasonable attorney fees for unreasonable and vexatious multiplying procedures of the 5 distinct and separate ways. Noticing and taking the deposition of Amanda Martin, who was subpoenaed on the pretext of being a witness, but was questioned about personal matters completely unrelated to any claims or issued in this lawsuit. No, because they already proved this, you dumbass, Bruce. This was already taken care of. They brought in Amanda Martin, and they laid down the foundation. They created the foundation. The deposition went on, was completed, and they moved on, but yet you haven't.
And what is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Well, he expects plenty of different results. Yeah. Filing frivolous motions to dismiss or strike counterclaims based on openly advanced but obviously false premise that the counterclaims name the plaintiff's counsel as a party defendant. You've done it again. Multiple times. And the judge already talked to Randy about this and said, stop with that. But see, if you had been there, you could have actually probably addressed this, but you were too chicken shit to bring your happy ass to Pensacola. Why? Well, because that doesn't fit your narrative. That doesn't fit your grift, does it, Bubbles? It doesn't fit your narrative. It's not that you were scared. It's not that you couldn't afford to do it. No, you just decided that you wanted to pack your happy little bags up and, jump on a plane elsewhere and do other things. I got better things with my time and my money, and you can't talk to me. You can't talk to me. I'm not listening. Filing frivolous motion to dismiss or strike counterclaims. The court granted leave to file the present motion combining 4 prior filings. See Doc 118. The grounds for this motion are far from the totality of the plaintiff's counsel use of this litigation to unreasonably and vexatiously multiply the proceedings, falsely accusing the defendant's counsel of fabricating quotations from legal authority, which is true. That wasn't false. That was very true. That Doc 80 to the defendant's recent 12B motion. No, and you have to understand, this for Doc 80. We're already to 132. Because, yes, the judge did file an order. We'll get to that also. We will get to the order also. The judge wasn't too freaking happy about that shit either. Welcome, Tug Raiders. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see all of you there. And we do have another letter. If you didn't catch this last letter, well, we do have another one. It is coming. It's coming slowly, just so you know. Hey, Iron Rabbit, good to see you. The lovely Iron Rabbit, how are you doing?
Iron Rabbit, my rabbit.
I love having Iron Rabbit.
The rabbit
around.
that can do no wrong.
Absolutely. She
Rabbit
keeps me
can
in line,
do-
too.
Oh, she could do whatever she wants to me, I tell you that.
And you know what she would say? I'm a redhead. You have no control over me.
Oh, I got a soft spot for redheads.
Uh-huh. And she'll say, well, it's mostly gray now, but it's the attitude, sweetheart. It's the attitude that we love. Failing to pay half the cost of the court reporter for the December 19th, 2024 deposition of the plaintiff as ordered by the court. That's not something that he did wrong. And that was already proven. Then attempting to extort the undersigned by threatening a motion for sanctions unless the undersigned paid him for half the cost, because there was an order by the court, document 43, that you would pay half the court course and also pay for the court cost of the court reporter. Completely different. They're two different things. Pay attention. Pay attention. Two different things. Purchase of the transcript, cost of the court reporter, two different things. They're not the same thing. And of course, he files a little memorandum in support. Okay. 28 U.S.C. 127 provides any attorney or other person submitted to conduct cases in the court of the United States Attorney, any attorney general, the same bullshit. Under the plain language of the statute, no, that you don't get to put down under the plain language of the statute, because you have to be very clear with what you're filing, dumbass. An attorney must engage in unreasonable, vexatious conduct because unreasonable, vexatious conduct, blah, 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 blah. The amount of sanctions cannot exceed the cost occasioned by the blah, 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 blah. More particularly, the term unreasonably necessarily connotates the district court must compare the attorney's conduct against the conduct of a reasonable attorney. Well, here's the problem, Bruce. If you want to say that you're a reasonable attorney, well, try that bullshit. Because we can prove multiple times that you're not a reasonable attorney, as we can show right here why it's not a reasonable attorney, because right here it says the undersigned certifies compliance with the attorney conference requirement local 7B. The plaintiff's counsel response was that the court stayed further filings, but the undersigned reminded him that this filing was authorized by the court in Doc 118.
Bruce Matzkin, Esquire.
Good night, Rabbit. Have a good night.
Good night, Rabbit. I still love you all too. You have a wonderful one, Rabbit. Counsel deposed a witness for harassment. Now, why? Here's the thing. There's nothing here that he's proven. Every single thing that he's put in here is already in a record of the court. All he has to do is refer back to it. But no. He's got to run. He's got to run up those attorney's fees that I'm going to get paid so much money for. It took me 26 hours to write this. It took me 30 hours to write this, and it was so expensive. We're talking, it was hundreds of thousands of dollars that I spent while somebody else wrote this for me. On February 14th, the plaintiff's counsel spent approximately 90 minutes deposing Miss Martin. True. About topics unrelated to any claims or issues in the case. Untrue. From the questioning, it's clear the plaintiff has an axe to grind with Miss Martin. Untrue, because the plaintiff didn't question her. It was counsel that questioned her, and he was very specific about it. He's very specific about it. They said, Maximania, es Bruce Matzkin, Escuela, using the free version of ANTI-WTt motions. Or maybe deep suck. I can't decide. Maxima is, you be careful. Maxima will mess you up. You come over here, and he do a little chop chop on you. He turn you into dog meat. I love Max. You guys should show Max some love. Show Max some love.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Attorney Shockett questioned Miss Martin extensively, among other things, about making a dirty face at the plaintiff during a court date. Yes, because he can. Making a comment because he has to show reason for her being there, you dumbass. Jesus Christ. Miss Martin revealed she is unaware of her son's whereabouts, her feelings about the plaintiff having publicly read her husband's obituary and YouTube and other topics having nothing whatsoever to do with the defense. No, because it goes to show her state of mind. Has he never sat through a deposition? I guess that's true, because he usually gets them to settle out of court. Either that or he harasses people during their deposition and asks irrelevant questions.
Well, yeah.
Miss Martin was clearly not familiar with the claims or allegations in this case. That's not true. She had no idea whether any of the questioning she was being subject to was relevant. That's not true. She patiently and politely answered all questions. That's not true. Even when Attorney Shockett's question upset her to the point of causing her to cry on 2 occasions. When the undersigned finally interjected illegally with that the questioning had no relevance and the deposition was being used for harassment of the witness illegally, the plaintiff's counsel
I'm sorry.
began
Before I forget,
sanctions.
Where's the part in here where he talks about John Cook opening his fucking cockwasher when he shouldn't?
Oh, he would never put that in there.
No. Well, of course not. Okay, my mistake.
No.
I'm sorry.
He would see. The thing is he wasn't supposed to mention anything. He wasn't supposed to talk. He was not supposed to speak.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She was there on her own. She did not have an attorney with her. He is not representing her. He's not her attorney. So he is supposed to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He kept opening his mouth. He kept interrupting. He had every opportunity to question her and clear any of these things up, but he never did. Oh, he questioned her, but it was very short, very brief, because he was too busy steaming and stewing. I assume, because I wasn't there, but from reading the deposition, yeah, he was not supposed to be interrupting. She was there on her own. What a moron.
Yeah, in my excitement, a lot of times I think I keep forgetting. It's not a commonly used word that I would use. But when I saw the ESQ, yeah, Escuela. Yeah, so because he's his own walking death notice, right? I mean, his career is fucking dead. So
yeah,
that was supposed to be the play on it, but I kept apparently calling him school in my excitement. Not a word I used very often. So
Shockett's questioning upset her to the point of causing her to cry. Cry me a river. At the deposition continued. Attorney Shockett's question about personal upsetting topics continued. Miss Martin called out for the other lawyer, the undersigned. Doesn't matter. She's not her attorney. He's not her attorney. Shut the F up. If she had any reason to not answer those questions, she was told the rules at the beginning of the deposition, as is everybody else was. Everybody that's been depositioned knows what the rules are whenever you start. If you don't know an answer, don't answer the question. Or if you feel it's not appropriate, don't answer the question. It's not hard. If she would have had an attorney there with her, he would have told her, yeah, next question. That's not his job. He is not being paid to represent her. Oh.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, I don't write this shit down. A lot of this stuff, I try to remember off the top of my head from what I catch
Same
in
here.
court documents and all that. But Shockett did tell her, and I'm getting lost in this. I can't remember if you already read this part, but he did go over that with her to make sure that she understood that. Not to answer questions that she didn't know the answer if she wasn't sure, or to inform him to rephrase or what have you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was about.
Yeah. And she's an adult.
Yes.
And she should know this. Right. Because she worked in the court. Or
and also
children's advocate or whatever.
Right. If it is being used to harass Miss Martinson, she did not represent her, but she could do so herself and seek a protective order. Oh, yeah, the undersigned stated, shit, that he wasn't supposed to. That right there should be sanctionable. Why? Interrupting a court proceeding. And the judge will hear every single bit of this. This is the thing. The judge can look at that and say, Mr. Matzkin, you were interrupting a court proceeding. I would have stopped you right there and told you to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
That's not your job. That is not your job to interrupt a court proceeding. You also have to remember that Miss Amanda Martin, it's a very big possibility she could be called to testify. And if she's called to testify, all of this can be used against her. Every single thing that she said. So if she changes some story or omits part of it or claims, I don't know, they have this to refer to. That's how depositions work.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I don't think Bruce has ever gotten to the point of actually, going through a court case because most of them settle out because he papers a court or he gets thrown off the case or they just get like a dismissal because, he's an idiot, doesn't know how to file things properly. Right. This led to more threats of sanctions by Attorney Shockett for alerting the witness to her rights. No, it led to more threats of sanctions on you, Bruce, because that was the appropriate response, that you are not supposed to speak out of turn. After which he stated he was done questioning the witness. If there were any relevant topics of questioning, the examination would not have suddenly ended when the witness realized she could stop it for harassment. That's not true. He got to the last of his questions and he was just like, yeah, I'm done. If the undersigned had sat silently at the deposition, he would have gone to the maximum length of 7 hours. That's not true. That's not true. Based on the failing email, the boldface is in the original. Yes, there was an email, and this is what it said right here. The following deponents and their dates, all depositions will be for the full. Now, has he deposed them yet? Has he deposed her yet? Huh? Has he deposed the Kankel twin A? Sorry, I didn't mean to have that in there. Did he depose? Did he pose Marla Hughes? Did he depose Russell Meeks? Has he deposed Stephen Rhett Cunningham? Has he deposed Robert J. Kesey? Has he deposed Amanda Martin? I guess it's only just Amanda Martin that he's deposed, isn't it? And she actually showed up like she was supposed to. The undersigned briefly cross-examined Miss Martin to see if she knew anything about the defamatory road signs, and she said yes, that she had seen those on the side. She had seen a video about them. And she was sent links by others in which the plaintiff published no, she saw them by others on Facebook. It wasn't that she saw the plaintiff's posting of those. She saw about those in other places is what she testified to. Brucey needs to depose Amanda, hug and kiss. Nevertheless, Miss Martin's response was evidence relied on the plaintiff's opposition, to the defendant's motion to create. No, there was no false appearance that her deposition had some valid purpose. It did have a valid purpose. It proved that more people have seen that sign and heard about those signs and knows about those signs that clearly defame Jeremy. You have to remember, discovery isn't over, Brucey, but you already got yourself into another lawsuit. Miss Martin's deposition was the subject of YouTube video entitled "Victim's Advocate Lied Under Oath in Federal Case," in which the plaintiff mocked Miss Martin, which you can do. You can absolutely do that. Threatened her with legal action. No, he didn't. Made at least 10 threats of sanctions against Bruce and other non-parties whose deposition subpoenas were not effectively served, and that's not true. They were very effectively served. Multiple times, if I'm not mistaken. The video can be viewed here. It ends with the ominous threat by the plaintiff against Miss Martin. So you want to see what he says. So because he's taking it from transcript and not actually putting in there what was being said. So she looks at Randy, and this is done. And Randy goes, yeah, we're off the record. You're done. She goes, no, I mean, this is done for good. I am done out of this. Randy goes, you need to talk to Miss Hales. And I look at her straight in the face, and I get up, and not by any stretch of the imagination, not for your son either. And I immediately walk out. And well, after I walk out, is now mad. And you know that the whole puppy dog and the whole droopy eyes thing with the tears didn't work. Yes, wow. You can tell it's a transcript because there is no periods, commas, or inflection whatsoever. The deposition of Miss Martin also generated extensive content on other YouTube channels, profiting from plaintiff's litigation storylines.
Did anyone else think that sounded like an alien? I was waiting for him to say, "Take me to your leader."
I'm just trying to figure. The deposition of Miss Martin also generated extensive content. No, it really didn't. No, I'm pretty sure that didn't generate extensive content. It was just another day of stuff that happened. Plaintiff's counsel deposition of Miss Martin unreasonably and vexatiously multiplied. What? No, how? No, it didn't. This had nothing to do with YouTube content, because outside of YouTube content, this would have just been another court case. See, he wants people to shut up about it. That's what it is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Except for them. Except for them. Because that was part of the whole thing with initially in the very beginning coming over, shitting all over your doorstep, begging and pleading about, tell my story. Oh yeah, by the way, I got these clients over here that, are, but I want my macaroni and cheese, but you need to tell this story with my clients the way we want you to tell it. And they were going around trying to hump everybody's fucking leg. And then it all became, because he got turned down, about, fuck these guys, guilt by association, anybody associated with Tug or Megan, Larry the Dewey guy, and
I'll be very clear about this. I will be very clear about this. If this is ever brought up in a court case, if I'm ever called into a court case, thank God don't have to worry about that. But if I'm ever called into a court case, this will be brought up. That initial letter of Bruce humping my fucking leg and telling me, you need to be covering this. And because I can very clearly state, hey, I was done discussing this. I was actually winding it down. I was winding it down to the point where I'm done talking about this. I've gone through this deposition of Lynette. I found it interesting. This is very interesting stuff. And oh no, Bubbles had to come humping on my leg saying, oh, come on, you got to do this like I tell you to do it. I don't know who in the fuck you are, dude. I still don't know who you are. You can go piss off to whatever corner of Armenia that you're wanting to hang out in. I don't care about you. I don't care about you at all. You have created more content by being such a dumbass than anything else. There you go. You want to know my truth, bitch? There it is.
You are the generator of the YouTube content, Bubbles, you fucktard.
Because this case in just like the judge said, and I do have to step back and remember that this case is about Lynette Preston and John Cook defaming Jeremy Hales ruining his business, and then seeing everybody else piling on top of it, trying to take him down. Bruce, in his own words, trying to take Jeremy Hales down, in his own fucking words. So whenever you want to come over here and you want me to bring you onto my YouTube channel to look at from a different perspective, I've seen your different perspective, and it sucks. It sucks so bad. Your whole case sucks. I would say something about, someone near and dear to him, but that would be inappropriate. So I will keep my mouth down. Take a breath.
Yeah.
An award of attorney fees is warranted. No, it's never warranted for the plaintiff's counsel because he is working pro se. He is the one that is multiplying the proceedings. He is the one that's causing all of the problems. He is the dick washer that's coming out and wanting to wash my dick and tell me everything's going to be okay, buddy. Come on. Let me come hang out with you. I want to come on your channel and you can hear all my side of the story. You realize that's never going to happen. You burned that bridge a long time ago. Burned it a long time ago. And getting your little what is it, paint chips and McVile, PP, Darth Touch, whatever the hell his name is, getting involved in that shit? No. Yeah, that sunk you even further. Because now you've got a convicted felon that almost caused an international crisis. Someone that makes threats against people, and you want me to have a conversation with them. Yeah, they can go pound dirt. They can go find a nice, warm, swampy place between Lisa Lee's fucking legs and go suck on her dick. I don't fucking care. Sorry. Okay, that's off my chest. The fabricated pretext had he been named as a counterclaim defendant, which the court determined was sanctionable. The motions were
I caught myself
conceived.
there for a second when you were talking about sucking on her dick. I almost forgot we weren't on Rumble. I almost said something else. Oh, you don't realize I keep myself very contained. I keep myself very so whenever you see me get a little bit bent out of shape, that's mild compared to what I can say. Some of this fuck my tongue a lot because I'm on YouTube. I really do. Yes.
I'm trying not to get you into trouble, but Brucey makes it so hard. Well, wait a minute. No. Actually quite flaccid, but it's still hard to contain myself.
Oh my God. Oh God, Max, that would be awesome. You know, that is true. Bruce should go over there. You know, Bruce, if you want to get your story out there.
Yeah. Captain Kiev to the rescue.
Captain Kiev to the rescue. Yes, if you really want to get your story out there, I have got the guy you should go talk to. Yeah. Because I can tell you right now that he couldn't handle the truth. He couldn't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth. You weep for Santiago because... Oh, wait a minute. No, that's the wrong one.
Oh, yes. I could imagine him hanging out with Captain Ukraine. Oh, they would get along really well. I guess they would. The motions were based on the made-up premise that the counterclaims seek had plaintiff's counsel as party defendant. The judge already addressed this, and I don't feel it needs to be addressed here. This means he's a party defendant despite not being so designated. What?
Kevin, bite your tongue. There ain't no fucking way in hell that I would sit down and have a conversation on any level with that motherfucker unless it were to be a criminal investigation. I'm fucking
Yeah.
interviewing his ass to lock him up.
Yeah, that's
That's the only
not
way that
gonna
would happen.
This, this is when this is over. No, that's never going to happen. No, that will never happen. And I'm telling you right now, there will never be a Bruce Matzkin on this
No.
channel ever.
No,
It's not
fuck
going to
that
happen.
guy.
No,
He's a waste. He's a waste of time, air, and space. That's it.
the same
Fucking
way
waste.
there will never be a Lisa Lee. There'll never be whatever the fuck the other Kankle twins name is. I don't care. The same reason there'll never be a stupid Dave over here. The same reason that there will never be any of those assholes on this channel. Ever. It won't happen. I'm not looking to get their side of the story. I don't care. It's as simple as that. I didn't care in the first place.
Exactly. Yeah, we've said it before, and like you just got done saying, we were just doing this because we were told, hey, there's this crazy case going on in Florida with this judge that's doing all kinds of weird things. Got this lady and this guy named, I had no fucking clue who Jeremy Hales was.
No.
Nothing. Never even heard of him before.
Nope. Try to change my avatar
That's
to
when it
my
all
OnlyFans pic, but you still won't let me take down my big booty cat. That's funny. That's awesome. No, I don't tolerate that kind of crap over here. You know,
No.
if you watch my channel, and it's from experience that I've learned, there's certain people that you trust, that you put into your circle, that you keep on your channel, that you hang out with. There's certain people that you say, no, I don't want the drama. I don't have the time for it. I've got better things to do. Oh, thank you so much,
Apparently,
Grant.
I scared Gina's cat. I'm sorry I scared your pussy, Gina.
Well, you just need to kiss and
apparently
make
I
up.
do
That's
that.
all.
I just walk outside and all the pussy runs away. I don't.
Well, you just got to rub it more gently.
Is that what
Don't
it
be
is?
so
Oh,
rough on it.
Okay. All
You
right.
can't be rough on it.
It
Well,
tends to make
except
children weep,
whenever they
too.
ask you to be rough, then you have to, oblige. We already know their side of the story because they don't shut the F up about it. That's very true. Absolutely true. Bringing you something cool to dollar. Thank you, Angie. Always Angie. Appreciate you. And Emma, thank you.
Well, I couldn't even do that. I mean, it's painful enough when you hear these clips that people play like what you did the other night. When we were doing that. It's just. I don't know how people could sit there and listen to them for, what is it, however long they go on for, 5, 6 hours, whatever.
That reminds me, I have a letter here.
It.
I have a letter here that I'm going to read. I do have a letter here. It's handwritten. Okay.
Oh, really?
This day and age. Yes, I have
Is it
a
in
handwritten
crayon?
letter.
Is it a nice letter
no.
or is it okay?
Well, just listen. And I'm not going to play the violin. It says, "Hey, Shizzy, I am so glad you put up your mailing address so I could get these stickers. You could get these stickers in the mail."
Oh,
I just set them down. Yeah. Like 5 minutes ago. Where did I put them? I suck so bad at this. Where did they go? I just had them earlier today because I was like, oh, these are cool. Oh, here.
put your helmet on. It'll help. Oh, there you go. Okay.
There we go. So,
Now you
so
got feet.
to get these
Feetses.
stickers in the mail, see, little feetsies.
Yeah.
It says both of my kids are grown and have moved
Just
out
like
and
OnlyFans.
have left things behind. So my daughter had an enormous sticker collection. I swiped these and she said it was fine. I should change this. I should charge storage fees. My husband and I will be downsizing. So their leftovers are going one way or the other. Always enjoy the day with you in the morning with the news. Sincerely, I have my favorites. Thank you so much. I have my favorites.
Well, thank you. That's
I
pretty
appreciate
cool.
you. I appreciate you. And I love the stickers. Those are awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Got little feetsies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those are awesome. The feet cool. Yes, thank you so much. And I'll also thank her in the morning, because just in case you didn't hear that one, I want her to know that I appreciate the sticker so much. Thank you. These frivolous motions multiplied, blah blah, bitch, moan. False accusations of fabricating quotation from legal authority, which Randy completely proved on that. Not a Misty. BBB is pro bono. This old woman is pro bono.
Pro bono.
You're awesome. Love it. I'm so pro bono, I take care of that thing. You're making me want to rip my dentures out and leave them out for a long haul. Just saying. Thank you, Nana. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's hilarious. Shizzy sticker foot fetish challenge completed.
There you go.
Oh God. Fabricating quotes from legal authority, necessitating my bitching and moaning. Yeah, the false accusation is itself grounds for imposing sensation. No, it's not. No, it's not. The false accusation was an attack on the integrity of the undersigned. No, you did that yourself, dumbass. Complete with purposeful alteration of the cited excerpt from the defendant's memo to make it look like a false accusation was true. That is because the way you typed it was improper, you dumbass. The other misrepresentations also necessitated, whatever. And then his bitching about the court document, which we've already covered this stuff before. This is him like throwing more shit out there. Another email came shortly after. Yeah, and this is also true. That Randy did email him, and we have looked at the emails. Expert called me the mom of the group. I'm not old. Well, you don't have to be old. You don't have to be old to be the mom. I'm just saying, you got to understand why those guys might be calling you mommy. Just saying, Angie. There's a reason, Angie. Always Angie. They're calling you mama.
Well,
it could be something about the.
Be spanked.
Well, thank you for the super chat. Well, it might not be that either. I mean, it might just be way like the milkers. Just saying. Oh yes, we do have another letter tonight. We do have another letter. And here's his conclusion. Do you want to read his conclusion on this one too?
Why, certainly. Conclusion. The undersigned represents the defendant's pro bono, and it would be inequitable to enable the plaintiff's counsel to abuse this litigation. Just spank it and treat it naughty in ways calculated to consume the undersigned's time. Each of the grounds for this motion involves such calculated abuse, unreasonably and vexatiously multiplying proceedings over and over again.
Deeper.
Any attorney's fees awarded can be used towards the cost of appointed or retained counsel for the defendants.
But that's never going to happen. Why? Because in his last pleading, the dumbass says right at the very beginning, if I'm not mistaken, that, and I'll have to go back here. Me. I'll have to say here, undersized reasons for not appearing on April 3rd, trip itself, blah, blah, blah.
Which means all the rest of that should be blank.
Exactly.
Because the only thing that you've shown is that you deserve to be sanctioned, you fucking moron.
Well, that isn't for this one is for the sanctioning. This one here is completely different. This one here is
this is the other one. Okay. Well, either way, you still did it.
Yeah, this is the one where he undersigned the filing wasn't authorized.
Yeah, for the,
But right here it says motions for attorney's fees. That's what this one is. Yeah. And of course, let's before we do that, we will and I will say before we show the next letter, which is going to get it's short like bubbles. The judge did order for him to respond to this one. Okay. The court will require plaintiff to expedite his response accordingly. Plaintiff must file a response to defendant's motion 131 on or before April 18th. So in 8 days, Randy will have had to have filed a response to this, other than plaintiff's filing his response to Doc 131. Read this very carefully. No further filings absent a true emergency should be submitted in this case until the court resolves the issue of sanctions against defendant's counsel and his pending motion to withdraw.
See, and that's where Bolitho messed up. He should have just said, no further filings, period. Because Bubbles will come up with,
My polymop's prolapsed again. This is an emergency, Your Honor.
Everything's such an emergency with me. It's such an emergency. Oh,
you know he will.
I've got an
swear
emergency.
it's an emergency.
It's an emergency. It's coming so hard on my face, Judge.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
oh. An open letter to Bruce, Courtroom Clown Matzkin, starring in How to Lose Pro Hoc Vice Status in 10 Filings. Dear Brucey, let me cut to the chase. You've officially entered the don't make me pull this car over phase of federal litigation. Except Judge Bolitho already pulled the car over, ripped you a new asshole, ripped your license out.
Ripped your lice out of.
Well, he hasn't ripped it. Ripped your fleas out of the glove box, and is currently penciling in. I almost said penicillin. Well, he is something you don't want to catch.
Yeah.
In revocation of Pro Hoc Vice on his to-do list. At this point, I'm convinced you're not reading the court's orders. You're treating them like your bar dues, optional and avoided until they cost you real money. You just filed a sanctimonious 1927 motion for fees, whining about vexatious litigation and harassment, when you are the poster child for what happens when a Massachusetts Pro Hoc Vice tourist thinks Florida rules of professional conduct are just light suggestions. Let me refresh your selective memory with actual guidance from Judge Bolitho, the man whose patience with you is shorter than your attention span for Rule 11b. All counsel are reminded that professional conduct is not optional. This court expects decorum, civility, and adherence to the federal rules of civil procedure, local rules, and ethical obligations. Doc 118, Order on Sanctions Hearing. Remember that one, Brucey? That's the order where you were explicitly warned about duplicative filings and improper motions, which, in an Olympian display of arrogance, you immediately violated 4 more times, dumbass. I didn't even have to add that one. Your latest motion is not a legal filing. It's a confession on your stupidity and that you either have zero reading comprehension, believe the court is stupid, or you're auditioning for America's Got Sanctions. Let me remind you what Judge Bolitho already told you about your antics. Counsel are ordered to stop this conduct immediately. Counsel for both sides are cautioned that continuing to engage in such behavior will subject them to sanctions. And you, in your infinite wisdom, you fucking leprechaun, responded by doing what? Filing another motion accusing opposing counsel of exactly what you have been sanctioned for. Classic Brucey. This isn't strategy. This is self-immolation. Spontaneous human combustion. Way to go there, Bubble Boy. You accuse opposing counsel of using depositions for YouTube content. Newsflash. Your entire existence in this case is content. Every order from Judge Bolitho reads like a YouTube script title. How Not to Litigate, Florida Man Edition. I nearly fell out of my Velcro shoes while laughing when I saw you complaining about harassment during depositions. And luckily he is wearing his helmet because he's probably banging his head against the wall too. Bruce, this is Rich coming from the same guy who coordinated with Preston to have a minor secretly record Jeremy Hales. Paid Preston's grandson $100 for the audio file.
Here, have my $100.
Suddenly we turned Mormon or Muslim. Participated in private chat groups strategizing defamatory attacks. Admitted on the record. Your client's signs accusing Hales of grape were part of their free speech. Let me guess. Next motion will allege Shockett is harassing you by quoting your own words back at you. Let's recap some greatest hits from Judge Bolitho's order that you apparently used to line your parakeet cage. Your professionalism is shit. The court is left to conclude that both sides view this litigation less as serious legal dispute and more as an opportunity for personal attacks and content creation. Translation: the judge sees right through your little litigation for likes scam and bullshit. Your abusive filings.
And
Counsel for Huh? Oh, yes. Yeah.
And self.
Yeah. Counsel for defendants have filed 4 separate motions seeking attorney's fees that are functionally identical. Rinse and repeat. The court strikes all 4 motions. And yet, here you are, back in the same sandbox, playing with your monkey, trying to eat paste and tell the teacher it was someone else's fault. You being the problem child. Go figure. Both sides should be on notice. The court will not tolerate further conduct of this nature. Counsel will act professionally, or they will not act at all. Brucey, he's talking about you. You're the reason there's an 11 rule here. Yeah, a Rule 11 hearing, exactly. You're the reason the court is babysitting this docket like it's watching a toddler play with a lighter. Remember that self-immolation thing? And now you filed and started crying, like the little soy boy you are. The Shockett is mean, the depositions were content, and that people are laughing at you on the internet. Well, no shit we are, you fucking idiot. You're fucking gold. You are comedy fucking gold.
I know, don't ever stop. It's just so much fun.
Just keep charging into that wall head first without a helmet. We love watching the fucking seizures. The entire Northern District Court of Florida is laughing. That's why Shizzy has learned to wear a helmet. Is laughing at you. You want to cry about Amanda Martin's deposition being upsetting? You mean the witness whose involvement in your client's weaponized by dragging her into a restraining order mess they created? You want fees for being forced to respond to motions you baited with your own bad behavior? Spare us the victim act. You lost the moral high ground the moment Judge Bolitho said this: eat my ass. Counsel for defendants are cautioned that failure to comply with the federal rules of civil procedure, this court's local rules, or any further orders of this court will result in additional sanctions. Brucey, this isn't the court being unfair. This is the court sending you a formal invitation to get out before you are dragged out, and in my opinion, has been far too lenient on your dumbass. And trust me, it's coming. Hopefully so. Kicking and screaming, with silver new bracelets and maybe a leg hobble And a straight jacket.
They're overrated.
So go ahead.
He likes those.
Yeah. So go ahead. File another fee motion. And maybe someone in the background screaming, "Taser, taser, taser!" Claim extortion by deposition. Argue that buying audio recordings from minors was zealous advocacy. Just remember, every word you file is one step closer to Judge Bolitho quoting this gem directed at you. Counsel will act professionally, or they will not act at all. And my God, you are a shitty little fucking actor. And you, Brucey, have made it crystal clear. You're about to not act at all. Best of luck in Massachusetts. No, it's not another witch trial. But they can keep you. Sincerely, Shizzywhiznut, a short bus passenger with a front row seat to your legal meltdown. And still, as always, your fucking daddy.
Oh, yes, as always. You know it's so true. It just drives him nuts.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
Hey, Gina, I love that. It says, Shizzywhiznut emergency. My plane was delayed. I'm stuck in airport. Send all court documents or gift cards to Starbucks International Terminal BBB. Kind regards. I love that. Oh, you guys are awesome. Man, you just make
Excuse me, Spirit Airline, y'all take Lowe's gift cards?
We sure do. You know, just hand them right over here. We'll take them right off your hand. Oh my
spit
God!
mask would not fit over his nose. Yeah, no shit.
Oh
They
jeez!
have to cut an extra hole in that thing.
Oh gosh! Yes. It is so awesome.
Well, it all depends. Now, if they got the hood, if they got the hard mask, yeah, they probably have to cut a hole in the spit hood. Yeah, they're pretty flexible and pretty big. They
usually just it'll be like Shizzywhiznut's had, where it's just this like collar that comes up right like to eye level. You can see out of it, but anything that you do, it's not gonna. You tilt back and it tilts with you, and you're just like,
It just looked like he's just a little beekeeper.
oh, just a little beekeeper.
Just a little beekeeper. Just put that spit hood right over there.
And the cool part about those spit masks is no matter how hard you hit somebody in there, blood still doesn't come out. It's weird like that. Just, you know, try it.
And you could just say to him, Bubbles, don't be a quitter. Don't be a spitter.
Just choke on it. That's all.
Just choke it on down.
Is there Lowe's in Armenia? I think it's Albania, isn't it? I don't know.
No, it's Armenia. Yeah.
Is it Armenia? There might be a Lowe's in Armenia.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Wouldn't you be flying Porsche Airlines?
Borscht Airlines.
Choke on that one there, Bruce. Oh, yes.
Oh, you are very welcome, Stacy Schmidt. It is our pleasure.
Oh,
We're here to serve and
please
go out the humor. That's what it's all about.
We like having a little fun. You like my painting back here? Like my painting?
Oh yeah, I did like that. Yeah.
So I did that with Dictionary
well.
Diva on her channel. That's my painting.
Yep.
It's got little storm clouds in there. Either that or it's some black semen, something like that. I was having fun with Diva. We had a good time.
Well, that's what, because somebody had made a comment about that, and I said, well, yeah, but he's sitting in his solo padded cell, so he's not as distracted. So yeah, his artistic side comes out a little better.
Yeah,
because
it's like the shape of my head. See?
Yeah.
I'm a happy person. That's what you do whenever you don't have a canvas. you paint on a block of wood.
Yeah.
You know, just
Just
say,
tear
hey,
up your wife's porch and just start painting on it.
no, it was
gets
just
mad.
it was a piece of spare pine that I had sitting around. I told her, I said, here's what I should do. I should just paint each grain of wood a different color.
Right? Yeah.
She was like, there's something wrong with you.
Just highlight the grains in there. Look at my masterpiece.
A masterpiece. Look at that. I'm as good
It
as
looks
God
like
is.
real wood.
I just sit there with
I'm
wet
so
paintbrush,
talented.
just with water. It's just like this. I'm getting it, man.
Oh yeah, Diva's
Awesome.
awesome. Oh yeah.
Yes.
She's so funny. That's
Oh,
what gets
she-
me most of the time. And then, of course, everybody else here just sits there and laughs at me because that's when I start my stupid laughter. It's the look of the white rabbit. It's just the look. It's just her facial expression. White rabbit doesn't even have to say anything.
No.
It's her facial expressions and then Diva chortling her little under-the-breath statements in the background. That's what gets me going.
Yes. Yes.
It's all their fault.
As long as she never puts us between fleeces and legs.
Lisa's
That
legs
was
again. Oh, I
not near
know.
enough
Yeah, that's quite. Yeah,
to
that's,
recover. Oh,
you're gonna have
God.
so many complaints about nightmares.
Oh, yeah, I know. Can't help
That's
it.
not the kind of bear hug you want. Bears are not my friend. Don't listen to Timothy Treadwell. He was a liar. Bears are not your friends. That's not the kind of bear hug you want. And then he ended up as bear shit. Bears are my friends. No, motherfucker, they're not.
No, they're not. Trust me, they're not.
No,
Oh,
they're not.
They
They don't
have-
want to be petted. They don't want to be cuddled.
no, they have very sharp claws.
They want to hug
know,
the shit
whenever
out of you.
I'm not messing around with no bear.
No.
Yeah, you're talking about something that has jaw strength more powerful than a damn pit bull,
Yeah, I can't remember what it is, but yeah.
and that's just their jaw strength. I mean, try getting in between one of those after they've been in hibernation. Well, they ain't happy.
Or cubs. Or cubs. That's what gets them most of the time is when the cubs are around.
And cubs
Stallings
come up,
are the most-
hey, I'm
Yeah.
stupid.
Hey, look
and
at
you're
me.
like,
I'm
oh.
dumb. I'm young. I'm cute. Look at me. And then mom was like,
Oh, and then
fuck
you're like,
no.
oh, look at you, cute little thing. Where's your mommy?
You see a cub just very slowly start backing away.
Yeah, if you see a cub,
Don't run. Just start backing away.
yeah, just keep going away from it. Throw rocks at it or something. Just keep going. Don't.
Oh,
don't-
look,
don't-
it's selfie time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to work out well. That's not going to work out well.
No.
I've seen those crazy ones, but I did have something that I wanted to show you because it is so perfect, and I think I'm going to start using it. I've got to start using this. Give me a second. Let me find it here because I saw this tonight and I was like, oh, this is so perfect. Give me just a second. Pull this up because only I told everybody that I rode the small school bus, right?
And they were surprised, or what?
And I found my small school bus here. I actually have my small school bus. Do you want to see my small school bus?
Oh, sure.
All right, here
Trip
we
down
go.
memory lane. Wow. That would be a fun ride to school. Wow. Holy
Yes.
crap.
Yes.
That's the kind of bus ride you want.
Damn right. That's awesome. I saw that. I was like, that'd be so perfect.
Yeah.
we had a we had a drunk friend hit a bear in the butt while camping. Fortunately, he lived to tell about it. Started so bad it took off. Yeah, that would happen. Yeah, generally bears aren't going to mess with you. Unless they're hungry or you've messed with them really bad.
Cubs around,
Yeah. Or they're in mating season. It happens to be. Yeah, bears have a good sense of smell. Just ladies, just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Mating season, good sense of smell. Maybe don't want to, just a thought. Just a thought. Unless you're into that thing, then okay.
No, don't put that out there.
I saw that bus in person years ago. It's a jet fuel bus. Yeah, right. Why wouldn't you want jet fuel?
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Yeah. I was like, oh, that would be such a cool introduction. Wow.
Yeah, I've seen some of those funny cars, monster trucks, stuff like that, but that would be cool to watch in person.
Oh, have you never been to a Top Fueler drag race?
Long time ago.
You need to go. I'm done. And
long time ago.
I had never been. It was probably, let's see, was it before I married my wife? So it was probably about 15 years ago. And my boss at the time said, "Hey, I go and do this every year. I've got an extra ticket. And I'm not going to be here, so there's not going to be any work. If you want to come along, just we're going to go down for 3 days." And it's basically they would drive there, go down. That they actually shut that racetrack down. But he said, "We're going to go down there, and we're going to go watch and." And we have all the timing schedules, so we know when the top fuelers are going to be running the alcohol fuelers, because they run them in different sections, the motorcycles, top fuelers, and then you have like your stock cars, which would be like your, you would own a stock car, you wouldn't own a top fueler. And I was just like, okay, sure, I'll go. It was NHRA? It's National Hot Rod Association. Yeah. And so I was just like, sure, why not? And so he got me. He got me good. Walked up behind one of the engines, and they were firing it off so they could dyno it. And it literally it'll take your breath away, because you're just like, whoa. And you're just like, what the hell just happened? I mean, like that's the power behind those damn things. So we set up in the stands. We watched those top fuelers race, and had a great time. Had a great time with it. And then of course most of the time we just hung out in this guy's front yard that was right across from it. They go there. They would go there every year. We just hung out there and drank beers and had food, and treated the guy to some food. He was really cool with us. And we just hung out, and then we knew that when the next race was going to come up, we'd wander our happy asses back over and sit in there and watch the next race, and just back and forth. I think I probably walked about 2 miles that day easily. like within, I mean, it was probably about 10 miles every single day, because we had from where we were going all the way across, what was it, 42 or something like that, and walk all the way over. But it was good. It was a good time. I would definitely suggest, if you've got the opportunity to do it once at least. NHRA, yeah, NHRA races by you too, yeah. Up there, we went. It was in Georgia, like north Georgia. So we just had a good time the whole time. But I think they shut down that track. All right, I think it's that time of night. We're gonna have to.
Well, alrighty then.
Have to send everybody packing. But don't worry, I'll send you someplace cool. I always do, don't I?
Well, thanks everybody for being here. It was fun as always. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, make sure that you
get Shizzy out there.
Yeah,
because these letters aren't going to stop. It's just that we happen to just be using Bubbles as our whipping boy at the moment.
Yeah, well, he does like that.
He deserves it. Yeah, he deserves it. He's brought it on himself. If he had kept his cock washer shut and his booger hooks off the keyboards and not come over here and shit on your doorstep,
Well,
He would probably be non-existent, but he brought it on himself. You wanted attention, motherfucker. You got it.
There you
Oh, you thought I was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free, it's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen. Caught up in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny. So grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I'd say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, Shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy. Send in your bread. I'm still rent-free in your effing head. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy on your brain. I'm your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. I count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, let's set the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass, burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy Daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental plane. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow's. Agenda will see me tomorrow, same obsession, same effing thing.
go say hi to